Hello. What's up, you guys? It's MikeyBoss56 here with another video. So a couple weeks ago, I asked if you guys wanted to see more bike-related videos, like fixing bikes and stuff like that. Well, that video got a whole bunch of positive feedback that everyone wanted to see it. So for the first video, since it's too snowy outside to ride, I'm going to be doing a bike fixing thing. Now, this one is pretty easy. I've done it a lot because I pop inner tubes a lot. And it's definitely something that if you're like me where you pop inner tubes a lot, it's definitely something that you'd want to do because inner tubes aren't cheap. Even if they're not big bikes, like the bigger the inner tube, the more expensive it is, obviously. But even if it's cheaper, but if you're popping inner tubes every time you ride, you're going to want to start fixing those. So I'm going to show you how to patch an inner tube. The things you're going to need are an inner tube, a bike pump, and then patches. Now, there are multiple brands of patches and different types of patches. I have 2 brands. I've actually used 3 brands in all, but I have 2 brands with 2 different types. The first one is non-self-adhesive patch kits. So all this is you get a patch. You'll get 5 or 6 patches, but that one I've used a lot. So this is actually the brand that 2 of them are. So it's Slime Bike Tire Repairs. They're probably the brand I've used the most, but the second brand I've used I don't have anymore because I used them all, but it's Park Tool. Park Tool is actually a really big bike brand that a lot of bike shops use. I've used their patches. The type I used were these ones. They're self-adhesive. Now these are Slime, just like this one. I've used Slime a lot and I really like that brand. But enough of that. So, to start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower you guys down so you guys can see. Because my camera stabilizer is pointed all the way down right now. So there we go. So, step 1 is you have to find the puncture. Without knowing where the puncture is, you can't patch the tire. So what you're going to want to do is, if you don't know how to do this, is actually very important. You have to fill up the tire. So how you're going to do that is with a bike pump. Now, you can actually use an air compressor, but you're more likely to blow the tire up that way. So I'm going to be using a bike pump. So what you have to do is you have to fill it up. The best way is to put the valve in the nozzle. Now, there's actually 2 types of tires. The one I'm going to be doing is a standard or Schrader valve. Standard valve or Schrader valves are what you find on most bikes and cars. Most tires are Schrader valves. The second type is a lot more common in mountain biking, and it's a Presta valve. Now, a Presta valve is what I have on my Giant Talon bike. So that is what a Presta valve looks like versus a Schrader valve. You can see that the Schrader valve is a lot thicker than the Presta valve. So I'm going to be doing the Schrader valve. And later on in the riding season, when I pop my mountain bike's tires, I'll show you how to do how to fix a Schrader or Presta valve one. So enough with that. What we have to do here is we have to fill up the tire. So we'll fill this up. And pretty much right away, I was able to find the hole. The hole is right there. You can't probably see it on the screen. But once you've found it, you want to deflate the tire all the way. Now, if your tire's popped, there's a decent chance that it will deflate on its own. But now that I have shown you guys how to find the hole, it's not a bad idea if you're if you've never patched a tire to mark it with like a Sharpie. And the advantage to marking it with a Sharpie is the second step after you find the puncture is you have to sand down the rubber to get more grip and traction for the pad. So once you have found the puncture, which I have now lost because I set the tire down, but after that, you're gonna open up your patch kit and find the little piece of sandpaper in there. All patch kits will have sandpaper or steel wool or some sort of abrasive material to sand down the area. Now, you don't want to sand it down too much, because if you sand it down too much, you could actually wear down the tire a lot more and make patching the tire pretty much useless. But if you do it too little, the patch won't do anything. So what you're going to want to do is open up your patch kit. Like I said, get the sandpaper out. Now, the patch kit actually has instruction in it, but they can be kind of hard to read. So, in this case, mine actually doesn't have sandpaper. It has the other thing. It's an abrasive piece of metal that they will also have sometimes. So what you're going to want to do is once you have found the hole, you're just going to go like this and just scratch the surface a little bit. You don't want to do it too much because, like I said, it can actually wear down the rubber and make patching the tire useless. Just like that. And actually, once you do this, you'll notice that if you have your tire filled up a little more, it can actually just stop the leak, but you still want to patch it. So next, you're going to want to get your patches. My patches, they look like this. Well, what you do is, since these are glueless patches, you just take it off like a sticker, just like that. And you place it on the tire, just like that. And you press it down for a little while. Now, a lot of the times, these will actually be different colored in green, like this one, so you can see where the hole is. So once you have done that, you have successfully patched your tire. So, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Have a nice day.